Hello, welcome back. My name is Megan, and I'm going to channel some messages for the Twin Flame Collective. I'm excited to be here, although I have to say I am exhausted, as I'm sure many of you are, from that full moon in Scorpio, that full supermoon. Clearing and calling on the angels, ascended masters, and guides that wish to be present. Okay, sealing this space with protection, love, and light. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, I am just barely getting through the day right now. Just barely getting through client sessions. Just barely getting through, feeding myself is an ordeal. And I'm sure you guys can relate, and I've wanted to jump on here a couple times this past week earlier, since the full moon, and my guides have been bugging me, but they've also been kind of gentle with me about it, where they're like, okay, get on when you're ready. Definitely rest. So yeah, if you're feeling that, I'm a Scorpio moon. I know some of you have shared with me that you have that placement as well. And so, yeah, if you were really strong Scorpio placements, then you were definitely feeling this. But I think everyone was feeling this, honestly, Scorpio moon or not, or Scorpio placements or not. So the message has really been rest, take care of yourself, nourish yourself, in personal readings and just in messages I've been getting for myself, is that the feminines are in a little rest period. They're in a cocoon period, and it's really important to heed the call to rest and to get still right now, because before you know it, your life is going to be super full and super full on and super go, and alone time is going to be few and far in between. Alone time is not going to be the norm. So even though we feel kind of bored, is almost, prior to this full moon, I was personally feeling almost sort of bored. This full moon is allowed, the boredom is gone, and I'm just let me just get in bed. I don't even care about being bored. I'm just tired. But yeah, this feeling of kind of Groundhog's Day, waking up every single day and is this the same? Are we still here? Are we still here? But there's a reason for that. It's by design. We are definitely in this place. We're in this little portal, and we're being held here, and we're being asked to surrender, because the divine is working very powerfully in these connections at this time. So it is not about when we want it to happen. It's not about when the divine masculine wants to happen. Because, the divine masculine is actually rearing to go. The divine masculine wants to get to you, divine feminine. And they're not sure why they can't. They're not sure. They are going through massive ego deaths and dark nights of the soul, and there's on the surface to them, if any of you are watching, so your 3D experience, your conscious mind thoughts are probably I don't feel prepared to meet her where she's at right now. I'm not ready for this. I'm not good enough, or I don't have my act together, or my finances aren't in order, or I don't want her to see me like this. But really what's going on is the divine is saying, no, masculines, it's not time yet. You can't go forward yet. You need to learn this lesson. You need to fully surrender your ego to me, to God. And you're not surrendering it because it's God's surrender. No, it's you need to learn what it feels like to truly surrender to the divine and surrender to the flow and the richness of that kind of feminine power within you, your feminine power within you, of learning to kind of move in harmony, and release that ego attachment, stop identifying with the ego. So both counterparts are kind of being held away from each other at this time, and we feel we had a false start to reunion. So there is some pain in the collective. They're experiencing it differently. The divine feminines are really kind of feeling I'm walking away. It's over. I can't keep waiting. I can't keep being in this hold. And the divine has actually gifted and blessed the divine feminines with a feeling of peace and a feeling of, it's okay. I'm just going to walk away, and it's fine. And it's not fine, but I'm just going to walk away at this time. And instead of feeling complete pining and distress and just like that feeling, the divine feminines are actually kind of feeling some peace and some relief and some, you can still, as a divine feminine, you can still get yourself really caught up in that entrapment of the mind about it. So if you start going over it, if you start getting really into your ego, you can start getting very stuck. Yeah. That's definitely available at this time if you so choose it. So you can still get yourself in that. But ultimately, if you really rest in that feeling of being held by the divine and that trust and that surrender, which is exactly what the divine masculines are working to get to, and the divine feminines are a little bit more familiar with that energy. So if you really allow yourself to be in your recessive feminine energy, you're gonna feel peace. You might feel really tired because you're processing, you're kind of helping your masculine energetically with that connection that you have, that cord of connection. You're helping them process the heavy shit that they're processing. So you might be kind of tired. You might be kind of feeling down in that sense. But ultimately, there will be this the obsessive, the chaser energy that what is he doing? I need to know what's going on, worrying about third parties, worrying about karmic situations, worrying about all that stuff. We're actually getting a little bit of reprieve from that. If you surrender to it, if you allow it. And this may look like you're moving away. This may look like you're giving up and you're done. But as you know, you can't ever really give up on these connections. You can't be done. If the universe is giving you new options and new paths and new kind of ways to walk, paths to walk, trust that and go with it. The second that you start to feel resistance and you're trying to push this new path forward or you're trying to push a new beginning somewhere, that's where you're in the ego and you're actually trying to control, and that's probably not what the divine has in mind for you. But on the flip side, if you really are feeling kind of moved towards moving or connecting with a new person or whatever, know that you can never fully walk away from this connection. And when the divine says it's go time, the divine says it's go time. So you could be fully in a connection with someone else, and the divine, kind of like how the divine woke up the divine masculines, right? Because it was time. And then the masculines were like, oh, what have I done, right? Whatever they were doing, whatever they were in the middle of doing. And then they're like, oh shit, what have I done? That's the same thing for the divine feminines. Go do you, boo-boo. Build your life. If you need to take action, if there's these things that you want to create for yourself because you want to feel empowered and you want to feel like you're not just sitting at home pining and waiting for this person, my God, do that for yourself. Please do that for yourself. No one wants you to suffer. God doesn't want you to suffer. Your divine masculine doesn't want you to suffer. Your higher self, nobody wants you to suffer. So please, we are getting this opportunity to release the suffering and take it. And like I said, if that moves you away, if it feels like it's moving you away, trust it and know that at the exact time that it's all supposed to come back around, it will. You better believe it. You'll look at this person in front of you. Let's say you're in a new connection. Look at that, carrying connections. Let's say you're in a new connection and you'll just look at this person and you'll be like, I gotta go. You know what I mean? I promise, trust it. The divine works in mysterious ways, and it's way beyond what our egoic conscious mind can really understand. So trust it. Know that the divine masculines are feeling the feels, and they're feeling what they need to be feeling right now. You've carried the weight of this connection for a very long time, divine feminines, and the divine is saying, put that burden down, release that. And it's not so much the divine is never saying pick up burdens, right? They're not okay, divine feminine, put these down now, divine masculine, I need you to pick these up. No. But because of that feeling and that connection that the divine masculines can sense from the divine feminines, they're now feeling all these burdens, and that's that human aspect to us. We're so human that we almost have to experience this stuff. So it's they are experiencing the burden now. The divine didn't say they have to, but because of the attachment to ego and the resistance to the death energies that this Scorpio full moon just brought on, that's a little bit what's happening. All right, so let's tune into the Divine Masculine. So if you are a Divine Masculine watching, these next cards are going to be for you. Tell us the overall energies of what's going on for the Divine Masculine at this time. Cards be flying. Spirit loves to make me bend down and pick them up. Oh, beautiful. Okay, we're going to stop there because I am exhausted. I'm going to try and keep this one brief today. Beautiful. Okay, so first one out, we have 7. This is crown chakra. So 7th chakra, kind of healing, downloads, initiations. This is Archangel Uriel. Wow. Okay, this is really interesting. Wow. Okay, so I've been getting for the Divine Masculines for a while that you guys weren't getting the 6th chakra downloads, that you were really, that third eye was being opened, like wide open, and you were seeing your world with brand new eyes, and it's kind of like Archangel Michael's sword was piercing, it was just cutting through your life, cutting through all the bullshit. So all the relationships, people pleasing, you know, God, my nose always gets so itchy when I channel, sorry. All that stuff. And Michael was just coming in. He was like on your shoulder through this past couple weeks, just being like, that's gotta go. That's bullshit. That's gotta go. That's bullshit. You know what I mean? And the Divine Masculines were like, what? And like super overwhelmed because that third eye was open. And once it's open, you can't unsee what you're seeing. Now they've moved into this higher realm of the crown chakra where it's like, they are actually birthing, bringing down new ideas, higher concepts from the cosmos, from above. And they're bringing it down into their bodies so that it can start to change them. Like it's reworking their DNA, it's reworking who they are, it's reworking the structure of their lives and how they've seen themselves, and it's really connected to their mission work. It's actually going, it's the budding, like it's the planting the seeds of what their mission work is going to be, because the Divine Masculines, you guys have a beautiful ability to bring information down and harmonize and then gift it. So like Divine Feminines, Divine Masculines, you each have beautiful gifts and they really like work beautifully with one another. And this is something that you really excel at. It's this like being able to bring new ideas, new concepts, new ways of being, new ways of existing down from the higher realms and bringing it into this realm for us and being that trailblazer, that way shower. So Divine Masculines at this time could be really having like profound downloads come through and realizations. I've been getting the message that they've really been doing their spiritual work and they've been working with spirit. And so this is a great confirmation that that is the case. That is definitely the case. And we're also getting this along the energy of strategy. So there's like, it's almost like these higher awareness is informing their movement forward. It's informing where to go next. And we're going to get, I'm going to use this deck to clarify today. So we're going to get I want to get a clarifier on strategy. Divine Masculines are really stepping into the Divine Masculine energy, meaning they were hit on their ass, like knocked on their feet for a while, really working with the Divine Feminine energy of slowing down, feeling, going through that death. And now they're stepping back into the masculine and strategizing is a part of that. Interesting. Okay. So 2 cards are coming out. We're getting the 5 of Cups. So the 5 of Cups is all about that feeling. It's that feminine energy, right? It's that feeling and processing the wounds. It's feeling and processing the pain. And through this, you're accessing the truth. You're touching the truth. When you are in full embodiment and awareness and acknowledgement of your emotions and your feelings, Divine Masculine, you are touching on the truth. Your truth, the divine truth, the truth, period. And that's something that Divine Masculines, you have been taught to avoid and evade your entire lives. which is why, and that's societal conditioning. Like, it's not your fault, but that is a reason why the divine masculines have such a hard time stepping onto the full embodiment of the spiritual path and the awareness of who they are, what they're here to do, their mission, and they can be really tied into karma and 3D things that are not really for them, because there's an evading of the truth of the emotion, which is actually where you find the truth. But as they've been experiencing this, maybe for the first time, but definitely in the deepest way they ever have, they're now getting that inspired divine action and spark to move forward with, I don't know if you can see that, but the three of wands. So the wands are the fire. Yeah, it's that fire, the divine fire, the ignition, the spark, the flame. Okay, the twin flame. So you are actually getting a lot of guidance at this time on how to move forward and what your strategy is going to be. And this is all about, like, this is new beginning. This can speak to building the family together. This can speak to coming together in a union. This can speak to travel. This can speak to new creative projects and inspired action and abundance. So this is a really, really positive card, and it's almost like the divine is saying, when you actively bypass the 5 of Cups, I can't give you the inspired action or movement forward. I can't bring these things to you that are part of your I wanted to say birthright, but I don't love that. They're contracts. This is something that you are here to experience. But you cannot bypass the 5 of Cups. And I feel that right now they're realizing that. You guys are realizing the truth of that you can't bypass that. Bottom of the deck is 6 of Cups with that too. So yeah, and this is that energy I was talking about. Okay, so we have the thinking woman. So this is the divine masculine seeing the divine feminine as a wealth of information, a wealth of inspiration, all-knowing, all-seeing. Like, you see her as just this, like, high priestess, yeah? So really having, looking to her, being inspired by her, being guided by her, even if you're not in communication, even if you are in separation and not speaking, you're still, her energy is what is helping you at this time. You see that there's victory with her. This is the Chariot. You see that there's victory in this coming together. You want to blast forward. You want to move. This is like a fast moving energy, and it guarantees success. We're also getting the Page of Wands. So another fire, wands. This is that creative spark from the divine. This is the divine coming in and giving you the movement, the go ahead. Let's move forward. Let's do this. And we're also getting the King of Pentacles. So the masculines, you guys are really trying to become masters of your environment, masters of your world, masters of the 3D, because that is something that you provide to these connections as a master of the 3D. And coming together as an offering of that. And it's so interesting because while we are getting the Chariot here, what I am hearing is it's like, this is what the divine masculines, this is what you're wanting. This is really your desire. You want to move forward. Let's go. Let's build our empire. Let's build our wealth. Let's ground it into the 3D, with this divine feminine. But we're even bottom of the deck is the Knight of Wands. So look at all this fast moving energy. And below that is the Page of Pentacles. But I'm really hearing that this Chariot is, it's on pause. It's like the Chariot, if it's a literal chariot, like a carriage to carry a person, it's like it's all packed, it's all ready. You got all your ideas, you got all your inspiration, you got all your clothes, divine masculine, you got all the things you're going to need for your journey, you got your money, you got your wealth, you got everything in order. You're like, yeah, let's go. But the divine is saying, like, this is not going to move until I say it's ready to move. Because in this Chariot card in particular, this person is like moving without, they're being moved by the divine. They're being moved forward by the divine. It's not because they are like in the typical Chariot, they're not like holding the reins and controlling it. So the divine's like, yeah, I want you to get to her. I want you to have this. Yeah. All this. Sure. Yeah, I'm providing this, but I need you to acknowledge that. The divine needs the divine masculines to acknowledge that this is working in partnership, that it is spirit moving you. It is not you controlling it. It's not you manifesting it. You are not God. If there's an ego death here that really needs to happen for the divine masculines, and this is not like judgment, because the divine feminines have been here a million times and will be here a million more times. But this is really a lesson that spirit is needing the divine masculines to understand at this time. Yes, you are a powerful creative being. Yes, you create and you manifest, but you do that in tandem with the divine. You do not do this on your own. Okay? And I feel like the divine masculines have been feeding off this energy, this inspired energy that's making them feel powerful. But again, it's like you can't skip this 5 of Cups energy. You can't just go straight to this moving forward and have it all work out. If you skip it, there's going to be a lot of roadblocks. There's going to be a lot of difficulty. So I feel that they're in a pause at this time. Let's find out divine feminines. I love seeing that card. I told you they always want me to pick up cards on the floor. Wow. Wow. Wow, that's so fascinating. Okay, so we have switched places because I love how the divine feminine shows up in the air energy, the thinking. So that's an air sign, you know, that's very in your head, knowledgeable, very intelligent, astute. And then the divine masculine shows up for the divine feminines in the heart, in the cups, in the emotions. Man holding a heart. So this is really beautiful. They're mirroring, right? We're always mirroring. We always have that polarity. We're always holding one end of it for the other and so we're really in alignment. We're very balanced. The divine is, I need everyone to know this, like, and this has been something so frustrating for me, and I've had to work through my like frustration at God, right? Because it's like the divine is the one that's saying, no, I don't want you to fuck it up this time. We need to make sure we really understand these lessons and we really, really know how to come into this sacred union. The divine is like, we need this. Like, the world needs this. We need you. We need these unions. We have to take every precaution to make sure that they're going to succeed. Victory in the divine feminines. But I am also feeling that for the divine feminines, this victory is around your detachment. So you are finding success, you are finding abundance, you are finding that peace we were discussing. You are finding that through your being willing to surrender and to step into a detached state, but also still embodying the Empress and embodying that recessive, very feminine energy where you're allowing the divine masculine to take the reins. You're allowing the divine masculine to be in this masculine wands energy and this pentacles energy of like moving forward, creating, you're magnetizing divine feminine. You are magnetizing it all to you. You don't have to do anything. You just have to sit still. And the more you do that, the more the divine confirms that and sends you victories, tiny little wins, tiny little victories with your abundance, maybe your spiritual business, relationships. Maybe it's just feelings. Maybe like you're just finding and cultivating peace and rest within yourself, and it feels really good. We're really getting the divine masculines. We're also getting the door to romance. So let's get a clarifier on the door to romance. Okay. So we're needing to let go of this this spilled cup. This one cup that didn't work out, this missed reunion, or perhaps this is speaking to any pain from when you were connecting with your divine masculine prior to separation. Divine feminines are needing to release the burdens of that. Here's the 10 of Wands. So anything here that is still hooking you and you're feeling like you're carrying the weight, it's exactly what I was just talking about. The victory comes when you detach, and look what we're getting. We're getting the King of Swords. So this could speak to if any of you, your divine masculine is a Aquarius, Gemini. What is the other air sign? Wow. I have to let it go. I have to let it go. That's that full moon brain. I know one of you will know. So anyways, if your masculine is one of those, then the King of Swords does speak to air signs. However, what I'm really getting is this energy is about detachment. Divine feminine, as you step into discernment, as you step into your intelligence and the power of the intellect connected to your divinity, you have more victory. You have more wins. So releasing these burdens, step into the Empress energy, put down the burdens. It's not yours to carry anymore. You carried it this entire time. The Three of Pentacles here is meaning you are coming into a working together. So the divine masculine, divine feminine, you are working together at this time. It may not feel like it. You're not seeing it in the 3D, but trust and know that that is occurring. That is what's happening. You are working together to set down these burdens. And it's kind of like an equal reciprocity has been a theme in these readings. So it's a reciprocity. It's an equal give and take, going back and forth. Really trust, really allow your masculine to pick up the slack. Allow them to show you, allow them to come forward, allow them to be that emperor, and you sit in that abundance, victory as the divine feminine, as the empress. Beautiful. Let's get a clarifier on the man holding a heart. Yeah. So right now, the divine masculines are really strategizing. We're getting the Seven of Swords. So again, I mean, we already saw this. They're really figuring out how to do this, and they're figuring out how to conquer any of that self-deception. Anything that, and spirit, and that's what it is. Spirit is not going to allow them to move forward towards you and all the beauty that you've cultivated until they have really rid themselves of this energy. And that is, it's the ego. So it's self-deception. It's any places, masculines, for those that are cross-watching, any places that you're really like patting yourself on the back and thinking that it's all you and you're doing this, when really it might just be your feminine. And you might be tuning into her energy and you're trying to give yourself credit for that, or where you're not really acknowledging the divine, or you're still having resistance to the spiritual connection and path of these unions, and or when you're feeling yourself as separate from your divine feminine and not seeing the unity and the oneness. So behind this deception, this man holding the heart, is the Ace of Cups, is this new beginning, but it's going to come through this vulnerability, heart open, heart exposed. So the divine masculine is being initiated to lead with their heart, and the divine feminine leading with their detachment, their discernment, their inner knowing. Beautiful. Okay, so we're gonna grab some angel advice, or actually we'll check in with the union energy really quickly. And you guys, my brain, like, it's not working properly, because I know I'm really terrible at telling you about the decks. Okay, this is the Starseed Oracle. Yeah, so we're checking in with the Starseed Oracle for just some union energy. I hope you guys are getting adequate rest, water. I don't know why that was coming up. Also, I know you may not live in certain parts of the world where you can do this, but just getting a little bit of fresh air and like sun on your face if possible. Getting outside, that was just coming up really strongly as I was shuffling. Okay, that's too many cards. So we're gonna shuffle again. Get myself some room. It's coming up for the union energy here, Spirit. Okay. Yep. Not surprised to see that card. Gotta tell ya. Okay. The Void, our good old friend, the Void. Stop, embrace winter, great cosmic womb. Yep. So we're in this divine pause. We know it. We feel it. All we can do at this time is surrender. Divine masculine, you are being guided on correct steps forward. And for you, it is about expression. It is about leading with your heart. This is the 7 star sisters, birthing creations, tapestry of life. You're being asked to step into the masculine energy, to be the leaders of these unions, to step forward, okay? And you're not going to be released from this energy until you take those steps in truth, in authenticity, by your guidance. Divine feminines, you are being asked to surrender, honor. This is a very feminine energy. Be in that space, allow yourself to be held, and trust and believe, really believe in yourself, believe in this union. And if you, again, are being guided and taking action and taking steps in your life that are outside of this connection, follow that. So that's your divine masculine within. So just like the divine masculine is being guided on action steps and things to take to move forward, to create new beginning, positive change, divine feminines could be feeling that, because we all have divine masculine within. So if you are feeling that and you feel like it's 100% aligned, take those steps. I don't say that enough, but these readings are really, can be watched for the divine masculine within you, the divine feminine within you. It doesn't always have to be about this outside person, because ultimately as a planet, as humanity, we are all trying to come into sacred union within us. And that is how we raise the planet's vibration into 5D and unconditional love. So that's really, really important. Also, these readings are timeless, so you don't have to watch them, even though I'm talking about the full moon in Scorpio on, in 2021. You could be watching this at any time, and if it resonates, these messages are timeless. Okay, I don't do enough of them. I don't educate enough, I don't think, but whatever. Okay, we are also getting cracked open. Rock bottom, surrender. Surrender to the alchemy of life. Yeah, so this is that energy, the twins, we talked about it in the beginning, the divine masculines, feeling like that rock bottom, ego death. Divine feminines, feeling like it's over. I guess I'm just going to walk away. Rock bottom, surrender. Surrender, surrender. That is the message, twins. This is beautiful. The seas of Mintanka, seeing potential, bringing unconsciousness to light. You can't really... So both twins are working through this energy at this time. We got this message specifically for the divine masculines with that 7th chakra. So they're bringing this new information, this higher information down. Also, a lot that has been living in the unconscious and these connections for both twins is coming to light. And that's why we're being kept in this, because it's not until everything is revealed that we will fully be ready and embodied. So just trust that. Really, the guidance right now from the Starseed Oracle is surrender, my loves. Surrender. That's all we can do at this time. Surrender. When the guidance comes through, when you're connected, act on it. But that's why, if you're wondering, like, why hasn't my masculine come forward? Or masculines, why haven't I heard from my feminine in a while? Because the divine is not guiding us to do that. The divine, I have no problem reaching out to my masculine when I'm guided to. I have no problem with it. I don't like to. Like, my ego doesn't enjoy it. But when spirit's like, you need to do this, I know it's coming from spirit, because my feeling is like, ugh, I don't want to do that. But then I do it because I follow directions, because I'm on this path, right? But I haven't gotten any. It's like, nope, you hold your energy, right? And I feel like for a lot of the divine masculines, the reason they desperately want to come forward. I mean, look at all this energy, you guys. Chariot, Page of Wands, King of Pentacles. They want to come forward, but they're being held. They're being held. There is a reason. There's a reason. Okay, I'm going to leave you with a message from the romance angels. Wow, okay. We're working through deception. We are working on releasing these masks. And if you are a divine feminine who loves to say, oh yeah, that's my divine masculine, I was asking for union energy. Okay? So divine feminines, you could be being deceptive with yourself. Maybe you're pretending you don't care as much as you do. Deception around, maybe this isn't real, maybe I'm not actually connecting with a twin, maybe I have been delusional this whole time, maybe you've had deception, whatever stories you're telling yourself at this time. And the only reason I'm really tuning into the divine feminine, because I know many divine feminines like to point the finger when it comes to this energy, because the divine masculines are very obviously in deception through a lot of these connections. It's very obvious. They know it, we know it, everybody knows it, right? So the divine masculines, you know what you're working through on this self-deception. It's honestly this energy, bringing unconsciousness to light. As you wake up, as you bring the truth down and you start connecting to spirit, you're able to clear away your deception, because you've been deceiving yourself for a very, very long time. But the divine feminines, don't get off so easy, okay? You have to look at, like, where have you, and it could just be, oh, my masculine doesn't really love me. This isn't real. Or, it's never going to happen. Whatever stories spirit is saying, we need you to clear that, because this is your soulmate. This is your divine connection, your blessing, your gift from spirit. And then we're getting, this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. So these are strong, like it is this person. So for any that were watching that were resonating with the messages around connecting with someone new, I'm going to let you sit with this energy and see how that makes you feel, because you still could be guided to make choices and make decisions away. You could. And who am I to judge that? Ugh, do not listen to readers that are judgy, please. Like, don't listen to people that are judgy. Anyone who's like, you should do it this way, you should do it that way. No. That is not what this journey is about. More than anything, we need to be supporting one another and honoring everyone's unique choices, because everyone's contract and journey is uniquely their own. Okay? I see that so much. I've really stopped watching and participating in this community in so many ways, because it's like, yikes. Anyways, that was my little PSA for the day. But we are getting these cards, so it is making me feel like that energy we were seeing at the beginning. It's like the divine is really letting us know, like, this is your person. And you're meant to have it in this life. So if you've been listening to messages, well, maybe it's not going to happen in this life. Maybe it's going to be too late. Maybe I need to go start a life with someone else because I don't want to just wait for them. No, don't put your life on hold. Don't just wait. But Spirit's like, I promise you, like, this is the person, and you actually have a lot more control of the situation than you think you do. It's really just about clearing this energy, removing those masks. As you do it, your twin does it. So if you have been sitting there thinking like, I need my masculine to do this, and this, DFs, Spirit's like, you got work to do. Okay? You got a little work to do. And divine masculines, you already know. You're already on your journey. I trust you in your becoming of the Emperor. So both twins are working together with that Three of Pentacles to really ground this. They really are, okay? Okay, I send you so much love. If you could like this video and share and subscribe, that really helps me out, and I appreciate it so much. Thank you so much for being here. If you are interested in a personal reading, that information is on my website, rosemoonhealing.com. You can book directly from that website under sessions, intuitive sessions, or you can email me, and my email is in the description box below. Otherwise, I can't wait to see you soon. Sending you guys so much love. Bye for now.